Hidden secrets of the jungle. This tree, you see the thorns here? It's bush. It's full of ants, and they protect the tree. It's a nerve system relaxant. You see, you make your tea and you drink that. And this ants is sting is for arthritis. People that has arthritis, they use those ants.
Ants?
Ants, yeah, they live. I want to be careful because it's full, and when you steal the tree, they come out, defend the tree. So these little thorns have little, some of them, this one don't, it's young, but they have a little hole where the ants, they live in the thorns. The ants are really red. Suving is the name of that plant. This plant is used for infections in this region. If you have a wound that doesn't cure, and you put that on, it's just like it goes. So it's great. Chichipines in Mayan word. If you want to smite those leaves, yeah, what you get in your hand is you put.
And this spider bite was 8 to 10 years ago.
It's hard to predict, but this new chemotherapy I'm on, they said could do that.
Go figure that out. That's amazing.
The problem is.
You gotta be careful because.
Oh no! That's very dead. Yeah, Ferdinand.
That's it.
You will recognize that. You see diamonds on his back. Ferdinand of yellow jaw, because the jaw is yellow. This is a Piperaceae, is the Latin name, and I show it to everybody because this is for snake bites. What it does, our most poisonous snakes is a hemotoxin. That thins your blood up, and this one thicken your blood, the opposite.
Okay.
So you start to eat all the leaves you can, put in your mouth and chew, and you swallow the juice. Keeps you alive. And sometimes if you are too far away from town, you go into the root system, you dig that out, and then you chew it too. That's stronger than this.
Chew the root.
Chew the root.
Yeah.
So that keep you alive as you get out. The roots of this philodendron here, they call it camina ligero. Walk fast. When the people in the jungle, some of the ones wanted to get fast to their house for some reasons, they smoke it. And doesn't cause you any hallucinations. The only thing is, like, as you smoke, it's like you levitating.
High energy.
No, just
A lot of
levitate.
energy.
Levitate. It's so light, you feel like floating. Yeah, you float with that.
Sounds good to me.
And then you go.
It sounds like speed.
Sort of.
Yeah, but coke gives you get a nectar.
it does,
No,
it
that
does.
gives you soft and fast and light, very light.
The leaves or the root?
No, the root, you smoke it.
The root.
Because they're
Smoke the
porous,
root.
you smoke the roots.
Grind it up and make
No,
like
no,
a
no,
cigarette?
you smoke it because the root is porous. You say, oh, I want to walk to Flores. They want no transport.
Right.
I want to walk to Flores.
Right.
People make 2 days. I make it in 16 hours
Okay.
with that plant.
With that plant.
But the warning is at the end you have to have enough water, enough beer,
Yeah.
and food, because you are gonna be like drained down because you're using too much energy. Your body goes.
Okay. So you crash.
You crash, kind of. Yeah. It's just like with pot, but pot you get hungry. when
Munchies. You get the munchies.
Right.
I've never done that, but I hear that.
I show you another tree that is you smoke it and that's hallucinogenic. Here I haven't seen many of those trees. Cecropia. Have you heard about Cecropia?
No. ¿Das Spanish?
Lion's paw. It's a big leaf, about this big. I saw one tree there, it was dead.
Francisco, there is a tree that here in Central America, South America maybe, called, the bark is called Jesuit's bark. And in like the 17th century, maybe earlier, the Spanish found out that it would cure, I believe it was malaria. I'm not sure.
We have quinine trees. If we use, not to cut, but if we use the only quinine just in the park, we will cure the malaria in the whole world. But pharmaceuticals are not interested in that.
That's the tallest.
No, that's the third tallest. 50 meters, 150 feet. That's the
Regular
finest.
cedars are not hardwood.
Don't confuse it. It's not a
Totally
conifer.
different. Okay.
It's not a conifer
At all.
at all.
Yeah,
It's just a fine wood the Spanish really like. They used to make boats with that. We take in this trade with them before. But this is the chewing gum. Okay, that's why you see with some scarifies on it where they harvest it. So Wrigley found it by accident, 1895, 1894, maybe he went to Tijuana. And this guy from Chiapas he looks at him, what you doing? He says, oh, I'm chewing this. He didn't get it out of his mouth. He had, like now, people have their little pockets of chewing gum. And he says, I'm chewing this. And he gave it to him. And he put it and started to chew. And while he was in the meeting, used to bite his fingernails. Suddenly, he forgot about it with the chewing gum. And then he says, this must have a natural relaxant. And then he started to process and got this big Wrigley nowadays. If you have that poison ivy on you, so with this you will start to feel better. Just cutting the bark for boiling and making a tea for infections or too much heat in your body. From here you have a cup of tea and you start the treatment. Then you have to keep doing it for 3 days, 3 times a day and bathing it. Then for bathing you need 10 times this to put in the water and bathe, to take all the trash away, because it cures from inside, but taking a bath, you get all your body suck on it and that cures it. I'm against doctors are just charging but not curing people, I want people to learn about the earth solutions to many sickness, and it's not that costly. Now we have more doctors, but 3 years ago there was no doctor nowhere, very few, and people have to know and learn the ancient ways of curing. San Miguel and San Jose, be careful, are famous because they are the remains of the Itza. Itza means a witch doctor by the water, which is the other name Petén Tzahal. And they were teaching and helping people. A lot of curanderos were used in the time we didn't have any doctors. That's why still we know some little bit on the plants.